Good evening. We would like to welcome everyone to this evening's City Council meeting for the City of Mesa for Monday, March 4th, 2013. I'm Mayor Scott Smith, and it's my honor and privilege to conduct this meeting. We'll begin the meeting this evening with an invocation by Pastor Glenn Stadler of Spirit of Hope Lutheran Church, after which we'll be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Boy Scout Peyton Romney. Please rise.
Good and gracious God, we thank you. We thank you for the gift of today. We thank you for the gift of being able to come together as people to express thoughts, feelings, and concerns about our city and really even about our nation. Lord, I pray that you would allow the wisdom to fall upon our leaders, and also, too, that you would be with each of the participants that come here tonight. And Lord, we pray that that which is done will be seen in your sight to your glory. So be with this assembly, be with all people. Walk with us and stay close to us, Lord. We pray in your Son's name. Amen. Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. We'll now proceed with the Mayor's Welcome.
Welcome to the Mesa City Council meeting. Thank you for your interest in the City of Mesa. At this time, please turn off or select the vibrate option on all cell phones while the meeting is in progress. If you would like to speak on any items, please fill out the blue cards located in the back of the room and give it to the city clerk. We ask you to limit your comments to 3 minutes. You can also ask for an item to be removed from the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are read into the record and voted on in one motion. At the end of tonight's meeting, under items from citizens present, there will be an opportunity for 3 citizens to speak on any issue, with a maximum of 3 minutes each. The council cannot respond to your comments. When the mayor calls your name, please step up to the podium, state your name and address, and make your comments. The City of Mesa operates under a council district system with the mayor elected at large. The mayor of Mesa is Scott Smith, serving his second term. There are 6 districts in Mesa, and here are your elected council members. In District 1, Dave Richens represents Northwest Mesa. In District 2, Vice Mayor Alex Finter represents Central and South Central Mesa. In District 3, Dennis Kavanaugh represents Southwest Mesa and the area south of downtown. In District 4, Christopher Glover represents downtown Mesa. In District 5, Dina Higgins represents Northeast Mesa. And in District 6, Scott Summers represents Southeast Mesa. Information about your council member and the City of Mesa is available online at mesaaz.gov. All City Council meetings are broadcast live and then rebroadcast on Mesa Channel 11 and on mesachannel11.com.
Looking at that welcome, I noticed Councilmember Scott Summers' smiling face and realized there's an empty chair down there. Councilmember Summers, you on the phone?
I am.
There he is. Okay. So he's joining us by phone. Thank you. The City of Mesa is fortunate to have many people who take pride in their property and invest in their financially and with the sweat of their brow to make it a place of pride for them. We have, over the last couple of years, we have recognized those people and tried to show our appreciation because they are examples that others can follow. Tonight we're recognizing our 6th group of recipients. So here to talk about the program and introduce our award recipients is Christine Zelanka, who's Director of the city's Development and Sustainability Department. Ms. Zelanka.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm so excited to be here again, recognizing several of our extraordinary properties. Each quarter we have properties that are recognized or that are nominated both by city staff and also by other citizens. We've taken nominations from everybody. We've got a volunteer panel that works with us on a quarterly basis to go ahead and select the top properties that are unique and exceptionally maintained for their particular area of the city. Tonight, we have 5 property owners being recognized by council. They'll receive a certificate tonight and a photo op, and then they have a sign that will be placed in their front yard for the next 3 months, and then it'll move on to the next group. Our first recipient, I'm sure you all recognize this, and Laura, what do I have to do? Just hit. Because of the broken Channel 11 equipment, we've got to do something different. This? There we go. I'm sure you all recognize the Cabbage Rose Quilt Shop on Dobson Road. This is just, I was talking to Mr. Ribson here. So tonight we've got Joseph II and Joseph III, if you'd like to come up. Come on up. Okay. They own the log cabin that's just beautifully maintained on the exterior by Joseph III. He doesn't do the quilting. His mom does most of that. Obviously, it's unique to Mesa because it's a log cabin and has been just beautifully maintained. After sitting vacant for an extended period of time, the Ripsums bought the property and have opened the Cabbage Rose Quilt Shop, which is a wonderful addition to West Mesa. So presenting the certificate will be District 3 Council Member Dennis Kavanaugh and the Mayor. Okay, our other residents, or our other properties tonight are residential. And the first we want to recognize are Sylvester and Josie Ochoa, right, for their home on East Forge Avenue in the Holmes Neighborhood Edition. The Ochoa family has owned this property for over 20 years. They're very proud of the home that was improved by Mr. Ochoa, who added a porch, stonework, front pavers, and landscaping. There we go. So if not, that's not it? Okay, Laura, what'd I do wrong? That one? That one? Last one? That one? Okay, I'm sorry. Technologically challenged. If you'd like to come up. And we had children here, didn't we?
No, I'm alone.
You're alone, okay. So presenting the certificate will be Councilmember Glover and the Mayor.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Okay, our next recipients are Manfredo and Antonio Canton, and I'm not actually sure if they're here. Okay, well, Laura, can you help me figure out which picture it is? Do you know which one it is? No, try the next one.
That one? They do have the sign in their yard, and we'll make sure they get the certificate, and we'll photo op a picture in. Okay. Okay, let's see. The next recipients are Francesco and Maria Otero. We got. Okay, I'm obviously not doing this very well tonight. There we go. Under the palm tree, right? This one?
Yep.
There we go. Okay. It is absolutely beautiful, and you do most of the work on the landscaping?
Yeah, on the landscaping. When I get the house, was nothing. I just do everything.
And it's a beautiful job up there, and I think you're looking forward to leaving that to the children
Yeah, it's for
who were here earlier.
Yeah, it was. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, do we have, okay, the Cantons were not here. Castro's? Are here, yes, come on up.
this in a minute. Okay. I'm sorry, these are the Oteros? Castros, I'm sorry. Do I have this here? You should. Oh, okay. I'm very sorry. Okay. Okay, which one is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is Alejandro and Guillermino Castro, right, and the children. Okay. Mr. Castro is a landscaper by trade and takes great pride in his home. And he built the front porch, the front paver walk, and all of the plants. Beautiful job. Thank you very much. And presenting the award will be Mayor Smith and Councilmember Glover. Sure, the girls help with the flowers, right? Do you help outside? I bet.
Cut it out.
You want to hold this? There you go. Okay, you're done with me. I would like to thank our public residents that help us with the nominations every quarter, and those include Linda Flick, Cynthia Dunham, Pat Gilbert, Kirsten Howe, and Stephanie Wright. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christine. And thanks to all those who we were able to recognize. You can see there's a lot of TLC and a lot of pride that goes into that. Thank you for making our community a better place. And I'm sure most of your neighbors probably look at your yard and just curse you under their breath because they're so jealous, but we really appreciate the good work you do. The next item we're going to go over is we have some special guests in town this week. We have a crew from C-SPAN, and if you're not familiar with C-SPAN, well, you obviously haven't surfed the channel on your cable very often. C-SPAN has three channels, and they provide not only live coverage of both the Senate and the House, but they also do a lot of other good things that really talk about who we are in America, who we are as communities. And this week, it's a great opportunity for us because they're here in Mesa to talk about Mesa, to look at Mesa, but sort of celebrate our history with us, the thing that makes great. You've seen a few things that we think make our city great, which is the people who live here. That makes any community great. And we're so very grateful for them. And I'm trying to think here, Michael, do I turn it over to you, or who do I turn it over to? I got to tell you who am I turning to? Michael. Okay. I got to tell my one C-SPAN story. I was back at a conference of mayors in Washington, D.C., and they asked me to go on for a live call-in at 7:30 in the morning, Washington time. Now, the interesting thing is the guy said, be wary, because you'll get some interesting questions calling in. The first two calls came in, one from Lake Tahoe, Nevada, and the other one from somewhere along the coast in California. Now, I honestly didn't hear the question because the only thing I could think of was it's 7:30 in Washington. Who in the world is up at 4:30 in the morning watching C-SPAN? But the guy said, you wouldn't believe the number of viewers we have round the clock. So we're so grateful to have C-SPAN in here. Michael will introduce himself. He's with Cox Communications, and they're here jointly, I guess, sponsoring, or maybe that's not the right word, but participating in this endeavor. Give us a little background as to what's going on.
Sure, Mr. Mayor and members of the council, thank you so much. It's so nice to be here to talk about something other than cable licenses. C-SPAN actually is an institution. It's been around now for quite a few years, and it was actually a prodigy of the cable industry, jointly funded, set up many years ago, and Cox continues to participate in that endeavor. It's been a wonderful experiment, continues. not only covering the House and Senate, but certainly covering many aspects of American life, thus the visit here to the city of Mesa. What a great opportunity to showcase the many benefits and great spotlight items located in Mesa, and we are happy to have C-SPAN back in Phoenix. We wish they'd visit more, but they are in high demand, and we cherish when they do visit. So with that, I want to turn over the microphone to Debbie Lamb, who is here representing C-SPAN. You've already met her, a couple of you have, and they're going to be around for a few days to cover Mesa and to have a good time doing it, I think. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll try to stand away from the mic since I have such a big voice. I could stand back there and you'd still hear me. I appreciate you having us today. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members, for having us. Thank you, City Manager Brady. I have to say a special thanks, obviously, to Michael Stoll and the Cox Communications team for partnering with us, but also to the city, and specifically Steve Wright, there he is back there, for helping us find all the important contacts that we needed in order to feature some of Mesa's unique history and literary life. We can't get to everything, as the mayor mentioned. There's a lot to do here, and so we choose 6 to 7 segments that we produce that'll air on a special Mesa weekend, April 6th and 7th. And as Michael mentioned, and as the mayor mentioned, now, Mayor, you do know that you're then archived on the video library, which houses over 190,000 some hours of C-SPAN programming. So if we Google your name, and everybody in the room is required to do so, we could find you answering those calls on there.
That's
so
a scary thought.
Yeah, well, you'll be on there indefinitely. So we look forward to viewing you, and you can clip them and share them with your friends and family as well. So it's all right there.
The gift that just keeps on giving.
That's right. And what we call those viewers at 4 o'clock in the morning are C-SPAN junkies. So
Yes.
that's what we.
And
like.
I think one of the people was really a junkie.
Yeah. Anybody that gets up at 4 in the morning has could really be.
I mean,
junkie.
the question
There's
was
no
amazing.
question
Okay.
about it.
Did I just demean the C-SPAN viewers? I
No. Is this
I
live?
apologize.
Oh.
Insomniac. Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I
insomniac.
meant. Yeah. Thanks.
Loyal
Councilman.
viewers is what we call them.
Loyal
So,
viewers, a very loyal
we
viewer.
appreciate it. And
Engaged in a wide variety of activities that we won't talk about anymore. Go ahead.
Exactly. But we were created by the cable industry in 1979 to do just what everybody has talked about, to show events from beginning to end, with the House on C-SPAN and the Senate on C-SPAN 2. And we created C-SPAN 3 so that we can get to things and show our audience things that we're not able to get on Net 1 and Net 2 when they're in session. The idea around it was to show events in public policy, public affairs programming, your government in action, if you will, from beginning to end without commercials or advertising, and in an unedited format, and show a variety of points of view. So you're not going to just see one point of view. And thanks to the cable industry for creating us, we receive no taxpayer dollars or government funding in order to do this. And nor
Now you say that you televise government in action.
Yeah, well, I know.
What have you done for the last 3 months? That you've had virtually nothing to televise.
I
it
know.
seems like.
You don't think so? So we saw the whole process. So you would also see, different press conferences and forums and things like that. Now, the unique thing about this, which is why we're here in Mesa, is that on the weekends we have what we call our niche programming. So on C-SPAN 2, we have nonfiction, book-related programming that we air for 48 hours. And then on C-SPAN 3, we do the same with the history. So what we did was we gathered 3 people together, and we said, let's equip them with a camera, and they get to produce their own pieces and interview and all of that. And then we get to go outside of Washington, D.C. and bring that city to a national audience. So we're spending a week here, and the Mesa weekend, as I mentioned, will air April 6th and 7th. My colleagues in the audience here, I have to introduce, they have to stand up, too. You can't just sit there. Yep, she's looking at me. Adrienne Hoare right here is our AHTV, or American History TV, video journalist, and Tiffany Rock right next to her is our Book TV video journalist as well. So in addition, let's give them a little bit of a hand. Nobody really pays attention to them. They need that. No, I'm kidding. So basically, then what we'll do is when this all airs, Mesa will have its own landing page on our website. We call them the LCVs, they're local content vehicles, and that's because we travel around and go from city to city. So here in Mesa, let me just give you a quick highlight of the history that we're going to be doing. We were there today at the Cactus League, and we were able to learn a little bit about the impact of baseball in spring spring training. I mean, we were just in Albuquerque and we learned about the history of ballooning. So you have to come to Mesa. You have to learn about baseball. So we learned a little bit about that, and then we'll tour the Alfred House, where we heard from the first African American doctor, and learn a little bit about him. Adrian will go to the Mesa Grande ruins, so we'll get a little bit of that. Learn a little bit about the Mormon history, the Mormon settlement. So, and also the World War II Air Force Field. So going to Falcon and Williams Air Force Base, and then we'll also doing a unique thing because we do a lot with C-SPAN as far as the political figures. We're going to talk to the son of former Representative John Rhodes. So learn a little bit about his life. So it's something that we're trying to do and capture that's unique to Mesa. For Book TV, some of the things that Tiffany's had to do a little bit of research. So we're going outside the city, but finding books that from author, locally here, April Summit, who wrote a book on, I have to read this because it's too long of a title, but Contested Waters and Environmental History of the Colorado River. So she's here right here in the Polytechnic School. So Don Critchlow, and who wrote When Hollywood Was Right, How Movie Stars, Studio Moguls, and Big Businesses Remade Politics. So that should be interesting. But I think the idea was to get it done and get the interviews done here locally so you can see a little bit of what Mesa is all about. And then Gary Stewart, also one of the authors, Innocent Until Interrogated, the true story of the Buddhist temple massacre and the Tucson Four. So there's other things we're doing that we're still planning. There's, and Tiffany can help me out, but there's 2 individuals who do book tours and go on and find rare collections, and they go in their mobile home, a husband and wife, and they will be in Mesa. So we'll try to travel around with them locally as they go to try to grab rare collections, not grab, but purchase. Yes, not steal. So again, all of this will air on a special Mesa weekend, April 6th and 7th, and be online indefinitely. And while we're here, we're also tweeting out. So we just want to thank you very much for having us. So this was our opportunity to thank the city for participating. And finally, we are going to interview the mayor. We're going to do that tomorrow. So if you didn't know that, you know that now. And so does everybody else.
Found out.
And you will kick off the weekend by our Washington Journal program, which is what you were on during that weekend. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, let me know. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And, we're glad. We think Mesa's special every weekend, but we're glad that Mesa will be especially special April 6th and 7th on C-SPAN. So thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
If you hadn't noticed, this is a good time to come here, too.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sure that never entered into your thoughts.
Oh, no, not at all. It was warm. I would talk to the office today, and they said it's going to be snowing. They're going to get lots of snowing in D.C. When they have just an inch, it's a total shutdown. So, yeah, we're going to stay. So we're going to do a 2-week Mesa weekend and just find stuff, right? So.
Well, you'll join thousands of others, and we have some very other special guests in the audience. You saw them out at the ballpark today, and they're those aren't really maroon shirts. What are they? Burgundy shirts? Yeah. It's a secret. Ho comrade.
Yeah, everybody there has been great to us. Everybody here has been wonderful to us, and we can't thank them, really.
They were out at the ballpark today, a big part of our community. We have an action item here, so we would like to recognize not all the Ho's, but a big chunk of the Ho'ocoms who have been a big part of our community for a long time. And you join tens of thousands of people who come in for baseball. It is big business here.
It is.
So,
it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. And the next item is the consent agenda, which will be read into the record tonight by Kevin Christopher. Kevin?
Good evening. All citizens are permitted and encouraged to speak on agenda items. If you are interested in speaking, please fill out a blue card in the back of the room and give it to the city clerk. When the council considers the item, it will be called to the podium to provide your comments. Mayor and council members, these are the items on the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk will be considered as a group by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion unless a council member or citizen requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item. If a citizen wants an item removed, a blue card must be completed and given to the city clerk prior to the council's vote on the consent agenda. Item 2, approval of minutes of previous meetings as written. Item 3A, act on liquor license application for Ultimate Imaginations Incorporated, one-day charitable event Friday, April 5th on Main Street from Robeson to Center and Center from Main Street to 1st Street. Item 3B, act on liquor license application for Spice Asian Bistro, 6638 East Superstition Springs Boulevard. Item 3C, act on liquor license application for TC Eggington's, 1660 South Alma School Road. Item 4A, act on contract to purchase replacement Chiron on-air graphics system for the Public Information Office, Channel 11. Item 4B, act on 3-year term contract for fire equipment and supplies for the Fire and Medical Department. Item 4C, act on 5-year term contract for managed print services for citywide departments. Item 4D, act on 2-year renewal of term contract for recreational lighting maintenance for the Parks, Recreation, and Commercial Facilities Department. Item 4E, act on 2-year term contract for traffic signal controller cabinets and replacement components for the Materials and Supply Warehouse and the Transportation Department. Item 4F, act on dollar limit increase for the term contract for rock and concrete materials for various city departments. Item 4G, act on Southern Avenue improvements from Alma School Road to Dobson Road. Funding is from the 2008 Streets Bond Authorization. Item 5A, act on resolution approving the modified fees and charges of the Parks, Recreation, and Commercial Facilities Department. Item 5B, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a transit services agreement with the Regional Public Transportation Authority for a fixed bus route service. Item 5C, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an intergovernmental agreement with the Regional Public Transportation Authority for the East Valley Dial-A-Ride program. Item 5D, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an intergovernmental agreement for the Ride Choice program with the Regional Public Transportation Authority. Item 5E, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a facilities use agreement with the Athletics Investment Group, LLC, for use of Hohokam Stadium and Fitch Park as their spring training facilities. Item 6A, act on ordinance regarding Z13-06, 5701 East Main Street, located south of Main Street and west of Wrecker Road. Modification of an existing planned area development, site plan modification, and preliminary plat approval. This request will allow modification to the design of an existing subdivision. Item 7A, act on subdivision plat townhomes at Sunland Springs, Phase 2, 10,960 East Monty Avenue, located north and east of Guadalupe and south Signal Butte Roads. And item 7B, act on subdivision plat, map of dedication, Mountain Bridge East, Upper Canyon Drive, Phase 2. This is the 8800 block of East Upper Canyon Drive, located north and east of East McKellips and North Hawes Roads. Mayor and council members, these are the items on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Kevin. Is there any item a council member would like to remove from the consent agenda? Ms. Mickelson, do we have any requests from the public to remove an item from the consent agenda?
No request, Mayor.
Okay. We have a motion. We have a motion from Councilmember Glover to approve the consent agenda, a second from Councilmember Kavanaugh. Is there any discussion? I'd like to just say one thing. I can't really go without talking about item 5E, the approval of the proposed facilities use agreement with the Oakland Athletics. This is a big day, and we are so grateful for the way the Oakland Athletics have worked with us and for the fact that they're investing in Mesa and coming back home. We think this is your home to me, because you were here when I was a young kid, and we're so excited to have two teams in Mesa, assuming this passes, which I think it just might. So it just might. So if there's no further discussion, please vote. Councilmember Summers, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
The vote is 7-0 in the affirmative, and the consent agenda is approved. Congratulations to all. The next item is item 8A, conduct a public hearing on the minor general plan amendment GP minor 12-04. Ms. Mickelson, any request to speak from the public?
No request, Mayor.
Any questions or comments from the council? There being none, declare the public hearing closed. Next item is GP minor 12-04, the 2000 block of North Sossaman Road and the 7600 block of East McKellips Road, located at the northeast corner of Sossaman Road and McKellips Road, 10 plus or minus acres. This is a minor general plan amendment to adjust the boundaries of the existing Mesa 2025 general plan use designation from low density 1 to 2 acre dwelling unit per acre to medium density residential. Entertain a motion? I have a motion from Councilmember Higgins, second from Councilmember Glover. Is there any discussion? Please vote. Councilmember Summers, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
The vote is 7-0, and the motion carries. The next item is item 8C, annexing the land located at the northeast corner of McKellips Road and Sossaman Road, 9 plus or minus acres. This was initiated by the property owners. Entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Higgins, second by Councilmember Glover. Any discussion? All in favor, or please vote. Councilmember Summers, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
The motion is 7-0, and the motion carries. The next item is item 8D, Z12-47, the 2000 block of North Sossaman Road and the 7600 block of East McKellips Road, located northeast corner of Sossaman and McKellips. This is a rezone from Maricopa County R135 to City of Mesa RS35. Entertain a motion. Motion from Councilmember Kavanaugh, second from Councilmember Glover. Is there any discussion? Please vote. Councilmember Summers, how do you vote?
Aye.
The vote is 7-0, and the motion carries. Next item is item 8E, Z12-48. Once again, the 2000 block of North Sossaman Road and the 7600 block of East McKellips Road. 10 plus or minus acres is a rezone from RS35 to RS15 PAD. Entertain a motion. Motion from Councilmember Glover, second from Councilmember Higgins. Is there any discussion? Please vote. Councilmember Summers, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
The motion is 7-0, and the motion carries. I'm on a roll here. We've run out of agenda items. I want to keep going. Ms. Mickelson, are there any requests to speak from the public?
No requests, Mayor.
I have a motion adjourned from the Vice Mayor, second from Councilmember Glover. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.